every film was relevant for its point in time, which I will credit Sly with, because he was engaging his audience in a prime fashion there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 are amazing. I skipped 5 respectfully. 6, Rocky 6 is a great story. I love that one. It gives me the chills every time I watch it. And then Creed was great, and Creed 2, it was all right. So.
You also dabble in acting, man. Well, I won't
Yeah.
even say dabble. You act. How did you get into that?
Well, dancing was never my first passion. Like growing up, just centered around, film, like I mentioned earlier, the 80s pop culture. Like I just loved movies. I loved movies, and I just loved the art of storytelling. I loved the theatrics. I just was fascinated by film. It just took me, you know, and I always said to myself, gosh, I would love to be an actor one day. And as a kid, that's an unattainable goal. Like that is not tangible. That is that's a fantasy, like that's just a dream. And so it was always just that, but I still, loved movies and still loved the entertainment. And so um, I think just one day I was just like, why don't I just try it out? And I was always making like little home movies. I was always like filming little skits with my buddies and stuff like that. And how's that any different than any other aspiring filmmaker on the street trying to make an indie film, right? So I made between 2006 and 2007, I made a full feature length home movie. And it took me years to make, but it's one full feature length film. And it had all my buddies in it, guys from Knuckleheads and stuff like that. And it was like, just a passion film. Just made it for the heck of it. I wrote the script as I went along. There's so much continuity errors in it. Anyways, it was just for fun. And after I made that, I thought to myself, like, why don't I just try it out? Like, what'll it hurt? And so I signed up with LA Casting, and I just started auditioning. No film school background, no acting background, nothing. I just convinced myself that I'm going to pretend like I know what I'm doing. I'm going to walk in there, just interpret the character, interpret the story, and we'll see what happens. And at that point, this was this is some odd years later, maybe 2011, 2012-ish, I would say. I had already built my physicality with dancing. So I knew how to take a fall. I knew how to, do a lot of stunt work. And so I started auditioning for like mercenary roles, fight choreography roles, and things like that. And I just started booking roles. That was it. Like I didn't really put anything else into it other than, hey, let's put a foot forward and see if I can get the other one in. And so I just started doing a lot more of that. And I started getting opportunities because of my knowledge of film. I was able to create choreography for some of the short films I did. And so I ended up getting more and more roles as time progressed. And I was mostly playing bad guys because I think those are funner. You get more freedom, right? There's no rules with a bad guy. You can kind of do whatever you want to do, and it's acceptable because he's the villain. But as a baby face, it was harder for me because my look, I don't look like a nice guy. So but yeah, I just kind of started doing that, and I started booking roles. And I towards the end of my film career, I started I was gonna get an agent, but then I didn't like the way that I was being billed or the roles that I was being offered. It really wasn't me, so I just remained. I was SAG, but then I was remaining preferable on non-union work because I was able to have a little bit more creative input. And so I just had a lot of fun. I did it. I was able to, be on the big screen. My family was able to see me on the big screen in theaters, and that was it. I've never been the type of guy who's always like, oh, that's not good enough. Obviously, I always wanted, to keep exploring, but, the career I had in film, I'm pretty content with. I was able to do commercials. I was able to do short films, indie films, full feature length films, and,
get nominated for awards.
Yeah, I got some awards. I did I wrote starred, produced, directed a short film in 2019, end of 2019. We had a nice film festival circuit run, and we got some awards for that, and I choreographed a fighting for that too. I'm really proud of that film. It's called Like Wolves.
How'd you find me?
You always said there was no place like home.
You here to take me in?
I'm not here for you.
Was it you?
Come on, Lou. You know we don't kiss and tell. Would you believe me if I said it wasn't?
Maybe, if I never met you before.
Come on, Lou. That hurts.
You're wasting your time. He's not here.
Obviously. But you're gonna take me to him. Mind you, I am here as a courtesy.
Oh, is that what this is?
That's exactly what this is. If I leave, others will come.
I know how a contract works.
Of course you do. So, you know, if I can't have the kid, well. You broke the rules, Lou. Examples have to be made. You can save us both the time and just take me to him. You see, while you look down at your feet and you contemplate your next move, I want you to think real hard about what you've done. Good or bad, it doesn't matter. Every action has its consequence. Yasmin knew it.
You don't get to say her name.
And because of your actions, she faced the consequence. You see, our fates, they're sealed in blood. You knew that the moment you took your first hit. But her? Call salt in the wound, but the reason why you are standing here and she is not is entirely because of a choice you made.
And you can find that on YouTube as well. You know, if I have an opportunity to do another one, I would love to, but I'm not dying to. You know, it was fun. And all of that became tangible once dancing gave me my voice. Once breaking gave me that confidence to be in front of a crowd, to be in front of a live, breathing audience, acting really was nothing. You know, most actors nowadays, maybe they won't tell you this, but they're all struggling to find authenticity. You know, and most of them don't know what the hell they're doing. You know, they're struggling just like the next person right there. So nothing really makes you any different. As long as you're able to treat the craft with authenticity and respect, you can be as good as the next guy. It's just a matter of how much you believe in yourself and how much you believe in your product. So
No doubt. And there's one last thing I want to talk to you about. You touched on it a little bit. You mentioned it when you were talking about your family got to see you on the big screen. Now, for those guys who don't know, Mike, he is a father, husband, you know, family man. How has fatherhood matured you? Just now we're just talking man stuff at this point. How's it matured you as an adult having a kid?
I just had a talk with my wife. I don't know if it was yesterday, or the day before, and I won't be too specific because I don't want to offend anybody. But and I was having a talk, and I was referring to somebody in particular, and I just think, you know, becoming a father, I think it's one of the only things that could really allow you to become truly selfless. You know, to really, you know, because without being responsible for another human life, we're just living our own. You know, and this is just my point of view, is that, you know, I'm trying to achieve X, Y, Z and do this and do that. And I was very blessed, thank you God, you know, for everything that you've given me. I was able, you know, to be blessed to do everything I wanted to do. You know, I'm not greedy in that sense. You know, I was able to explore film and cinema in the way that I dreamed as a child. I was able to travel the world and compete as Mike the Cure for, shoot, man, I started dancing in 97. So 20 something years I've been able to explore my dance without any major injuries, knock on wood. I've been able to throw 6 jams. You know, I've written scripts. Like, I've done everything that I've really wanted to do creatively, for the most part. And I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I'm pretty grateful for that. And so when I became a father, I never felt conflicted in that sense. And I know a lot of people go through that. They experience that, well, I'm a dad now and I can't do this and I can't do that and that sucks and blah, blah, blah. And now this is challenged and that's challenged. I don't really feel that. I am 150% proud to be my son's father. And I'm so happy to have a super healthy child right now, and especially in this time, in this day and age. And it's just changed my perspective in terms of what my purpose is. You know, all these things that I can say that I've achieved, nothing is as important as being a father to my son. Like, especially the way I grew up. I grew up in a broken home. I grew up with a very challenged, my mom is an amazing woman, but I had a very challenging father, and who's not really with us anymore. He's alive, but he's not with us anymore. And I never received the support of a father in the sense that you would hope, you know. There is no picture perfect family, but the things that I wanted as a child from my dad, I never received. And so that always fueled me as a dancer and as a filmmaker to make something of myself, to be more than the lack of praise that I received. And now having a son, it gives me an opportunity to relive my childhood. I'm not doing it for me. I'm obviously doing it for him, but it allows me to feel a lot of the things I never got to feel. It allows me to experience a lot of things I didn't get to experience. And just, my son's not even 2 years old, and just the experiences I've had of showing him the world and showing him life, like, nothing beats that, man. Like, nothing. And I couldn't be more proud, you know? So.
No doubt. And it's funny that you say that, because in my mind, in my opinion, as amazing as, you know, life experiences are, they're just that more amazing when you provide them for someone else and you get to watch them experience it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no doubt. Well, there it is. Mike the Cure, Knuckleheads Cali, episode 17, Pictures of You. Thank you so much for your time, man. We really appreciate you, you know, sharing your stories and becoming part of this one big story that is breaking beyond the Cypher, and you know, everything with our channel. Hopefully in the future, man, we can do some more things together. You know, I got some ideas for some projects that I think that you would definitely you know, fit right in with as far as being a part of, man. And yeah, man, just thanks so much.
Hey, it's my pleasure, and I want to thank you also. You know, I'm just one person, but seeing, you know, you doing this for the community, I think it's important. I think it's, you know, great what you're doing, and I know you just had Eric on, right? And I think it's nice that you're doing this for the community and for the culture, because I mean, at the end of the day, somebody's got to do it, and you're stepping up and you're doing it and you're providing that. I think it's great, and I'm excited to see, you know, you create more projects and do more things. And if there's anything I can do to be supportive of that, you have my full support. And again, man, thank you for the opportunity to share my history and share my culture with the audience. So looking forward to seeing what else you do, man.
No doubt, man. Peace.
Much love, man.
For more quality content from Beyond the Cypher with Illskillz, don't forget to press the like and subscribe buttons. Also, feel free to follow us on Facebook and IG at Beyond the Cypher. Let us know how we're doing in the comment section, and to make sure you don't miss anything from the channel, smash that notification bell. We appreciate the love and support. Peace. Until the next episode.